Fear is a very strong motivator. I'm scared that we're going to go out of business, but you got to choose your right fears. Business is a sport. In sport, there's a winner and a loser. The same thing with business. Is it worth it? It's literally a high that I don't think anything is better than that high. And I've tried a few drugs. My all-time favorite quote: failing to prepare is preparing to fail.
Get it.
Let's get it. Well, this is like more of a longer quote. That's more like a motto or like a slogan.
Okay.
Usually I try to be more positive, right? Like, hey, if I do something, I'll get something really good. Like, and that's kind of how I lead with you guys too. Like, I say like, hey, if you work hard, then you're gonna make more money. So this one might be a little surprising to you guys because it's actually more of a negative one. It's more of a scare you type of quote. You know, like if you don't prepare, you're going to fail. But I also think it has a lot of connections with the insurance business too, because the insurance business is all about preparing. So when you fail, you're protected. So, you know, I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about the fear of failing. Oh, do you guys have that?
I think we all do.
Okay. So I just want to talk about fear. Okay. Fear is a very strong motivator, and I just want to share with you guys some of mine because, you know, some of my fears could be like, hey, like, if I'm just like average or if I'm working hard but not making money, then my kids could look at me and be like, wow, like, you know, my dad's whack. You know, he's trying to make money but he can't, or like he's, you know, fat. You know, that's a big fear of mine for them to not be able to look up to me because a lot of times they just end up being who you are, you know, so that's a big fear. Another fear I could say is like letting you guys down. You know, you guys have chosen me to lead your and be responsible and give you guys opportunity for a financial future, so that's a big responsibility I have. So if I'm not taking the right actions and letting you guys down and not giving you guys the full opportunity to make money in this business, then that's a huge fear of mine, you know, and it drives me. It drives me like, hey, I gotta come up with something here. I gotta think of something here. I gotta figure out a way for us to be able to make more money. So a lot of times people think, oh, goals should be getting excited, and those are important too. But going backwards, the fear is a powerful motivator too. You know, I'll tell you a quick story where I was doing a little consultation session. So this agent was like asking me all these questions, and he paid for it, so I got to answer all these questions. So he was like, so how much do you pay in commission? And I told him like, hey, just this month, okay, $75,000 I paid out in commission. Mostly orange ass, but it adds up. And then how about hourly? I was like, well, let me do the math here. I did that math. I was like, okay, well, every hour that passes here, I pay $422. So just this meeting, and I'm gonna have 2 meetings right here. I have spent $800 just to have you guys, pay you guys to sit here for me to talk to you guys. I want more people to work, actually. Yeah. The agent was like, oh my God. And I was like, you want me to keep going? Because leads, Facebook and Google, $40,000 a month. Okay, rent, $20,000 a month. And then we got into this deep conversation. He was like, I don't know if I could do that because my problem is I'm scared. I'm scared to spend that money. He's like, what can I do to not be so scared? And I was like, thinking about it, I was like, you gotta change what you're scared of. I'm scared that we're gonna go out of business. I'm scared that we're not gonna make bonus. I'm scared that we have this huge opportunity and we don't take advantage of it. I'm scared that if I don't have enough people, what's gonna happen? Or if I don't have the opportunity. Like, you have to change your scare to thinking like, oh, losing something. It's like, oh, what about the fear of missing out on the opportunity we have? So I just want to share with you guys that we all have fears. Use them, but you got to choose your right fears. So maybe some of you guys who are wanting to get licensed, okay? Sometimes I hear it. I'm scared of failing again. I'm scared of taking the test and failing. I'll be scared that you go another 2 months without getting commission. That's a bigger scare. You know, or, and even for you guys, you know, but it just helps. I don't want to scare you guys, but just to help you guys out, you know, who are been here for years and have license and doing well. It's good to have a healthy fear stuff. You know, hey, If I get lazy, what could happen? If I eat and have bad habits, if I get sick, what could happen? And if the agency doesn't do well, what could happen overall for my income? Fear is very powerful motivator, so I just say, use it as motivation, okay, or it will use you. And then just want to share with you guys the greatest lesson basketball has taught me, because that quote is actually from Failing to Prepare is Preparing to Fail, is actually from Coach John Wooden, who is the greatest basketball coach ever, college basketball coach, and that was his quote, okay? Yeah, basketball is a sport that I was pretty much obsessed with. You could say that, obviously business is my obsession right now, but before I started my business, basketball was my obsession. I played it all the way through, when I was a little kid, I played it through high school, played it through college, and then I was playing, men's leagues all the way, until a certain couple years ago. But I remember there was a game, and with the jump ball. Well, first of all, I wasn't ready for this game. I'll just tell you guys that, okay? I wasn't really focused. I was actually high at the time, and I was like, the game started at 1. I was like, I got to get to the game. Shoot. My teammates were calling me because they were short on players. Like, hey, you got to get to the game. I was like, shoot. So I got to the game. They were waiting for me for the tip off, and I just had my jersey on backwards. I was just running onto the court. I was like, all right, I'm here. Okay, sorry guys, and threw the ball up, and then one of the centers tapped it, and I had quick reflexes. I don't know why, because I was high, but I got the ball, and I just kept on going, and I scored a layup. And I looked back, and everybody was laughing at me.
Just go for the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Did you cry then? They're like, just go home.
Walked back, and I just turned my jersey to the right side. I said, all right, we're down. Let's go. But at that point, I was like, okay, next week I showed up to that same league. I was like, I got there 10 minutes early. I was like, all right, let's make sure I know which side we're shooting around on, so I know which side is the basket. But next week I just got to the gym. I was like, okay, 10 minutes early. Let me just see which side we're shooting and which side we're starting off at. And I just felt a little bit better. And then I was like, okay, this is a lot better than the previous week. And then I felt, hey, that helped. So the next week I got there 20 minutes early. So I was actually able to stretch. I actually shot around a little bit. So when you shoot around, it really helps before your game starts. You don't want to shoot your first shot, practice shot, to be at the game. So I got to practice a little bit, and I figured out, hey, stretching and shooting out really helps. So sometimes these games, they go extra long and they're behind schedule. So one game ends and the next game starts right away. So there's no shoot around time. So I got really into it because I didn't like losing. So before the game, I would just go to the park, shoot around, stretch, and by the time I get to the game, I was all ready. And then I figured out, okay, well, if I eat a certain hours before, it helps me. So I would get a carne asada wet burrito and wouldn't eat the flour, but I just ate the meat and the sauce. That would help me if I eat it 2-3 hours before. And then the night before, if the game was on a Sunday, it was a Saturday, and Saturdays I wouldn't go out now. This is before Instagram. And this is even when I was single, I didn't go out on Saturday, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I would watch basketball on Saturday night instead. And I would get my mind all ready for the game coming up. And I figured out, man, the more I prepare, the better I play. It was that simple. The more I practiced, the more I shot, the more I thought about it, the more I stretched out. So I just want to share with you guys the importance of preparation.
I'm sorry, getting here 30 minutes early.
Yeah.
You're the psych.
Sometimes, I not with you too much, Jazz, because 8 o'clock, well, it kind of happens sometimes. There's a lead at 8.
Yeah.
You come here and then you call them back and it's left voicemail,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Because a lot of times when people call us, you guys have to keep in mind that people call us, that's that very moment is the one chance we have.
Spark right there.
Because if you don't pick up, and let's say they really, really need the insurance, this person didn't pick up, let me call someone else right away. Because by the time, like, if I have like
I don't feel like talking right now.
I forgot what it was. Maybe like I had a little dent on my car, and I looked up Yelp, and all these places came up. First place called, they didn't pick up. Second place I called. Third place, I'll just go down the list. You know, third place they pick up right away. I'm like, okay, let's do it. Especially for insurance, they're probably thinking subconsciously maybe that if I call them for a quote and they're not available, are they gonna pick up when I have a claim? You know, are they gonna? Do I know this company is gonna be there when I need them? So let's go over some of these benefits of being prepared. All right. So first thing first, well, it gives you confidence. All right. So I was showing up to the game already confident that I'm all loose. You know, my jumper is, you know, I already practiced, and I still got there even 30 minutes later, even though I was ready, just to watch the previous teams play, and just so when it's over, I'm ready to go. Like, it just gave me so much more confidence that I know what the game plan was instead of just like literally showing up, you know, on the court right when the game started. So it just gives me so much confidence, and that's what Kobe said, is he practiced so many times, there wasn't anything in the game that could happen that he was worried about. Sometimes, you know, the battle is won while you're planning it, you know, so I'll have, the night before, I'll just write down everything I have to do, so I don't get to work and be like, oh, what am I gonna do today? You know, I already know like what's the most important things to do, and you're just more in a, you just have more clarity. As they say, luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So sometimes an opportunity comes your way, maybe via lead or something, or maybe someone's out sick, so you can work on a lead when you just got licensed, or a lot of opportunities sometimes come. And if you're not prepared, you can't take advantage of the opportunity, so you think you're getting unlucky, but it's just a lack of preparation. So people who are doing really well, it's like, man, they're so lucky, like all these opportunities. Well, no, they did the job of being ready for that opportunity. So luck, preparation helps you feel like you're getting luckier all the time. And then you'll make more money. And that's what we're all here to do, right? It's just not reasonable to expect you guys or me to come into work like I did back when I was high, showing up to work, just winging it. Not even know what direction we're gonna go. Just scrambling to work late, and just, you know, the night before, maybe you watched a bunch of Netflix when we should have maybe getting some sleep. Like, you know, I think some of us maybe like Netflix more than making money. When it comes to eat, it's like, oh, I gotta treat myself, Well, it's like sometimes, you know, food is energy. Like food, that's what you convert, that's like fuel for us. So you're thinking like, what would help me get more prepared for the next day? What would help me feel better, stronger? Because if you're more prepared, you're gonna be able to make that one last call before you have to go, or pick up that one last call, work on that one last lead before you leave. So the preparation is what helps to give you that energy. And I talked about it last month, but energy is what gives us, is what converted into giving to other people. You need energy to give to other people, and then you get back from providing value to others, you get back in the form of money. So the more energy you put out in the world, the more money you get back. But then to be able to put out all that energy, you need that preparation time. Also to prepare, we have to, you know, exercise, I think. You know, you can't be sitting there, you haven't worked out in months, and you're thinking, man, why am I so tired today? You know, it all comes together, all right? So let's just get our preparation game up. The more you prepare, just like basketball, the more I won. And it didn't even add, just because of all that preparation, that's how I became the world-class basketball player that I was. Shit, Mo's here. That's a joke, guys, by the way. I had NBA dreams, but, you know, I gave up and I became an insurance agent. I honestly do believe with the body God gave me, I maximized my basketball abilities as far as I could take it. Once you prepare and you come in work ready, on time, with full of energy, I just guarantee you guys will make more money. There's just no way around it. If you just do that consistently and show up to work prepared, it's gonna happen. Okay, and you will just even have more energy overflowing with, like, you wouldn't even know what to do with it. Like, shoot, like I'm kicking ass at work now. Now what am I gonna do? Okay, I'm gonna kick ass at the gym now. Okay, now I'm gonna go home and be a kick-ass mother or father. You're just gonna have so much energy, you don't even know what to do with it. So that's the type of preparation that it takes to win in this business, because business is a sport. And sport is a winner and a loser. The same thing with business. And it just comes down to who wants to prepare for it, who wants it, and who's willing to put in the work even before the game starts to determine who's going to win the game. And then once you start winning, all right, then we just have to keep consistent. And this is where people fall off, because sometimes people get to the level where they want to, but then the preparation game starts lacking, and then they fall off. Okay, the only reason I've had fired people is because of lack of energy or lack of motivation, lack of work ethic. It's just because they became lazy, really. And I've seen it happen over and over again. We just have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Okay, so get ready, and then once you get in the habit of getting ready, keep that habit. Okay, because now once you're consistent and you do this for long periods of time, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, it's like that last meeting where I just showed the before and after picture, you guys wouldn't even recognize the old version of yourself. You'd be like, who was that? I'm a completely different person because all the preparation and all the hard work you put in, and after you do so many years of that, what's going to happen is you guys going to have moments like this. Like, I want you guys to have this feeling here. You can just tell in his face right there that, man, that's a lot of hard work went there. So much preparation, so much sacrifice. And it's just a great feeling to have, and that could be different for all of us. You know, what would you guys consider a win for you guys? Maybe you get one paycheck and you feel like that. All right? Or it could be getting licensed. Okay? Put a lot of work into that. Okay? It could be driving off with a brand new car. Okay? You get these highs in your life. It could be buying a house. Okay? It could be looking at your year to date and getting to 100K. It could be 200K. Whatever you guys want, there's going to be a win in your life, or there should be wins in your life that you're going to have moments where you feel like that. And I just want to share with you guys because fortunately I've had some of those moments. And the reason I want to share with you guys is because I want you guys to feel that too. You know, it's like when I had, I'm not sure if you remember, Jazz, like when I had that Korean barbecue place, Korean like fried chicken place.
Oh yeah.
When you have like something where you just, it's terrible for you guys, so don't have it, but.
I'm going into it.
But sometimes when you have like a great meal or you have a great experience, you want to share that with the whole world. Like, I want you to feel it because I care about you. And I care about you guys in a way where I want you guys to feel this way. It's a great feeling. Sometimes people will kind of negotiate with themselves. Is all the hard work worth it? Like, is it worth it? Like, yeah, it's going to feel great at that time, but it's only a short moment. And it's true. Sometimes, you know, I've gotten a nice car and I'm like, fuck yeah. And 2 weeks later, you know, maybe not that much.
After 2 months with 2 payments, you're like, ugh.
Yeah. But that's all right because I'm already moving on to the next win. It's okay to go after that win, and when people are like, it's thinking in your head, is it worth it? Is it worth it? I just want to tell you from first experience that it is worth it. Okay? And I just want to share with you guys because how great it feels. It's literally a high that I don't think anything is better than that high. And I've tried a few drugs. It's addicting. I swear to God, it's addicting. I just want you guys to have little wins here and there throughout your lives so you feel great about yourself. And to get there, you know, what we have to do is prepare. So if you're one of the people in this room that feels like, hey, I'm hungry, I want that win, I want that feeling, then let's get ready.
It is addicting. That's why Dan's always at work.
It is.
Yeah. That's what when people tell, like, Jason, because you always tell me that I'm always here. Mm-hmm. It's addicting.
Winning is fun. You know, I think it's just something that if you're a competitor and if you just like results and hard work paying off, it's just something that becomes very addicting because it's kind of a feel. It's like a rush, you know, and you know how hard it is. And even if nobody else knows how hard it worked, you know. And it's just something that you're just builds confidence, it builds purpose, and with progress, it has, I think, a lot to do with being happy too. So when people are like, why you work so much, why you work so much, it's like, shit, it makes me happy. Like, what better reason do I need? Mm-hmm. And it helps other people, it helps my family, it helps you guys, it helps your family. Like, I just really don't feel that there's anything bad with wanting to win. That's something that sometimes society tries to not feel as much, but in this office, it's going to be okay to want to win because that's what helps us win all together. So I just want an office full of winners. More changes are coming, but it's all about preparation. Okay, more people studying for a license, more people passing, more people picking up the calls, more customer service picking up calls, turning them into sales opportunities, more agents closing deals. The changes are coming. I just want to be the agency that's most prepared for it. Because some of the agencies that weren't prepared for it, look what's happening to them now. Okay, so preparation is the key. I'm prepared for more, and I know you guys are too. All right, guys, let's get it.